name is Chris Bale. I'm a professor of sociology and public policy at Duke University, where I direct the Polarization Lab, an interdisciplinary team of scholars trying to diagnose the core problems driving polarization on social media and develop new tools to fix them. One of the most surprising things about our research in the Polarization Lab so far is that we've discovered that many of the prominent explanations for what's driving polarization on social media might be wrong. We all have heard these kind of familiar narratives about echo chambers, foreign misinformation campaigns, or maybe even algorithms that are radicalizing us deep inside the guts of social media platforms. But when we pull back the curtain using the tools of data science and social science, what we've discovered is things like taking people outside the echo chamber might not make them less polarized, it might actually make them more polarized. Foreign misinformation campaigns, there doesn't seem to be a lot of evidence that they're actually changing minds. Lastly, algorithms that radicalize us. When scholars have looked at this in detail, we've been unable to find instances of far-reaching influence of algorithms on our behavior. So if it's not these common explanations, what's really driving us to pull ourselves apart so urgently on social media? What I think it is a core kind of human instinct. One of the things that makes us most human is our struggle to define ourselves from others and distinguish ourselves. Each day we wake up and try on different kinds of identities. We look for evidence in our social environment about which ones of those identities are resonating with other people, and then we tend to cultivate those identities that make us feel good about ourselves or give us a sense of social status. So how is social media interrupting the process through which we would typically create our identities? First, it's giving us unprecedented power to use and experiment upon a range of broader identities. We can be fully anonymous online, or we can recount every detail of our lives. Second, social media gives us powerful new tools to track and monitor how our identities are being received by others. So these two things trap us in this kind of system where we think we are learning what other people think and like about us, but really we're obviously getting more like a prism. And that's why I called my new book Breaking the Social Media Prism, because what social media does is amplify the most extreme parts of the continuum and mute those moderate forces. And so what we tried to do in our research is develop tools, new plugins that users can use implemented into their own social media feeds to try to turn down the volume of extremists and turn up the volume of moderates to try to bring social media back to reality. The other thing we've done is create a new social media platform for scientific research. So we are able then to turn on and off different features of social media and see how those change the incentives for more positive human behavior. Now, one of the things I think we all can agree upon is that social media could be so much better. We spend so much time focusing on how to root out a small group of users who's dominating the conversation. What if we instead use the principles of social science to try to engineer better incentives, to try to engineer people to be kinder and more generous and more understanding of each other? Now, this might sound like a pipe dream, but really the entrepreneur or company that discovers the special combination of features that will make us more civil is going to have a scalable impact that I believe could change our future and politics for generations to come.